Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on proper battery collection and disposal. My name is Yalin Lee, and I'm a senior associate with the California Product Stewardship Council. And today we're going to be reviewing some best management practices for your household batteries, as well as where to take your unwanted household batteries for proper collection and disposal. We will first begin with a quick overview of who is the California Product Stewardship Council, or CPSC, and then go into why it's important to ensure that your batteries are properly disposed of, and then where to take your unwanted household batteries for proper collection and disposal. Then we'll finish off with just a few quick additional resources. So just starting off with a quick overview of who is the California Product Stewardship Council, or CPSC. We are an education nonprofit based in Sacramento. However, as you'll see in the next few slides, our board, our associates, and our sponsors are representatives of organizations from all across the state. We are a small but mighty team of 8 with backgrounds in a variety of topics, including textiles, engineering, marine biology, and journalism, and much more, which make us a very well-rounded team to tackle a variety of products. So again, as you can see here, our associates and our sponsors are from organizations from all across the state. CPSC's ultimate mission is to shift California's material and energy policies towards a circular economy through product stewardship and extended producer responsibility, and we will review these topics in the next couple of slides. Our vision is a future where producers are responsible for developing and funding reuse, repair, and material recovery systems for their products in order to create a true circular economy. You might know us for some of our current product campaigns, like our award-winning Refill Your Fun and Save campaign, focused on refillable 1-pound propane cylinders, or maybe our textile work, or our new Make the Electronic Marine Flare Switch campaign, focused on switching boaters from single-use to reusable marine flares. However, today we're focused on batteries. If you look around your house, you're likely to see a variety of different batteries and battery-embedded products. It might be the watch that's on your wrist, or even the phone or computer that you're using to watch this webinar today. It might even be the toys that your kids are playing with. You might even have a heated blanket on your bed, and so much more. However, many consumers are not aware of how to properly dispose of their unwanted household batteries. When batteries are improperly disposed of, there is a variety of negative impacts that can occur. As you may or may not know, batteries cannot be disposed of in our regular trash or recycling bins. When they are improperly disposed of in our regular trash and recycling bins, this has the potential to put our waste management workers and our infrastructure in danger, as well as the environment and community at large. Due to the toxic chemicals within batteries, they have a huge potential to cause fires and leach harmful chemicals into the soil and water table. Even the consumers that are aware that batteries don't go into our trash and regular recycling bins often are not aware where to take them for proper disposal or recycling. When they are improperly disposed of in our regular trash and recycling bins, it can cause fires in our waste and recycling facilities. In the picture on the left, you can see from Burbank Recycling, a battery was accidentally placed in a regular curbside trash or recycling bin, and it ended up causing a fire in the waste vehicle. In order for the firefighters to ensure that the fire was completely put out, they had to dump out the entire waste vehicle to check for the battery and make sure all of the fire was snuffed out. On the picture on the right from the South Bayside Waste Management Facility, the battery ended up going all the way to the Material Recycling Facility, or MRF, where it again, once it got compressed, caught on fire. Despite the guidelines and efforts to ensure that batteries don't end up in waste management facilities, there has been a steady increase in the number of fire incidents being reported at waste and recycling facilities across the US and Canada. As more and more batteries are being introduced and more products containing batteries are being introduced, we are seeing a rise in the number of fires that occur in the waste stream from the facilities to the collection vehicles, and sometimes even in our trash bins. In a report from 2021, there were 390 incidents reported across the US and Canada at waste and recycling facilities. However, please note that these are only the number of fires that were reported. There may be some that went under the radar. So as you can see from this graph, there has been a steady rise in the number of fires being reported from waste and recycling facilities all across the US and Canada, started by batteries. In the next slide, we're going to show you what happens when just one battery gets compressed in a waste vehicle and the potential damages that just that little fire can cause. Saw from the video before, just one battery can have the potential to create a very large fire, as batteries are highly flammable and many of the products that go into our waste and recycling streams are as well. So we need to work together to ensure that batteries are properly disposed of and don't end up in our waste infrastructure. One method we can utilize to ensure batteries are properly managed and disposed of is through policy. Here at CPSC, we promote something called extended producer responsibility, which under this umbrella of product stewardship. We want to focus on producers taking responsibility for the collection and final deposition of their products rather than the consumers themselves. California is already taking a step in the right direction. In 2022, the California legislature passed two bills, Assembly Bill 2440 by Assemblymember Jackie Irwin and Senate Bill 1215, which created a safe, convenient, and accessible system for consumers to drop off their batteries for proper disposal. These bills will work together to cover most household batteries as well as create a convenient disposal option for consumers. Assembly Bill 2440 by Assemblymember Jackie Irwin enacted the Responsible Battery Recycling Act of 2022. This is a true extended producer responsibility program for batteries. Starting in 2025, producers will have to create a program that's statewide for the proper collection of their battery products. On the other hand, Senate Bill 1215 by Senator Newman expands the current e-waste program in California to include battery-embedded products. These are products where the batteries cannot be easily removed of a common household tool. An example of this might be the light-up shoes that your kids have, where the batteries cannot be easily removed and replaced with a common household tool like a screwdriver. Or it might be some vape products where the batteries are embedded and there's really no way to replace those batteries easily with anything you might find in a common toolbox. By expanding the current California e-waste program, you will soon be able to take any battery-embedded products to a local facility near you that takes in e-waste. The two bills will work together to create a convenient and safe collection of batteries, which is necessary to ensure the health and safety of the general public as well as the environment. It will push battery manufacturers to take accountability for their products and create accessible collection of their products to ensure they are properly disposed of. However, we do preface it that it is important for consumers to understand their role in the safe disposal of batteries and commit to the use, save, and dispose method. For use, this is focused on making sure that batteries are properly utilized. First, make sure that batteries are always kept out of the reach of children. If you are a child and you need help, make sure to always reach out to an adult to help you replace and remove your batteries from your products. Before you use a battery, always make sure to check for signs of corrosion. As you can see in the picture on the right, with the battery in the middle that has this crystal substance building on the outside, that is actually battery acid that is leaching out of the battery. And when battery acid starts to leach, these batteries are highly corroded and have a higher chance of an explosion. So just imagine if you put a corroded battery in something like a TV remote and that might get dropped or compressed in any way and start to fire. So to ensure that battery fires do not occur, always make sure to check for any signs of corrosion in your batteries before use. For save, this is focused on ensuring that your batteries are properly stored. Always make sure that you're properly storing batteries away from any flammable items, such as a gas heater. If you've ever noticed when you buy batteries from the store, they're all perfectly lined up and all facing one direction. This is not only aesthetically pleasing, but it's also for ensuring that the positive ends of the batteries do not touch and cause a spark and in turn cause a fire. So as you can see from that photo on the right, where all the batteries are lined up, they're all lined up facing one direction. They're not facing each other, and there's separations between each of the batteries to ensure that the batteries are not touching and causing a spark. Alternatively, you can also tape the positive ends of the batteries to again just ensure that the positive ends are not touching and causing any kind of spark. And finally, we're going to talk about how to properly dispose of your unwanted household batteries. There are two methods on how to properly dispose of your unwanted household batteries. One being taking them to a household hazardous waste facility. And you can do this by searching household hazardous waste facility near you, or you can find a battery disposal bin. You might have already seen a couple of these battery disposal bins or boxes at a facility near you, whether that be at your local library, your local hardware store, or maybe your local electronics store. These battery collection disposal bins or boxes often take in single-use batteries, rechargeable batteries, and often cell phones of different makes or models. If you check out the Call to Recycle website, they actually have a map that showcases where all of their battery disposal bins are available at a location near you. This might be a local hardware store, a local electronics store, or even your local office supply store. However, what is not accepted in these boxes are any damaged, defective, or recalled batteries. For your damaged, defective, or recalled batteries, it is urgent that you take them to your local household hazardous waste facility. We already discussed the importance of ensuring corroded batteries do not end up being used, and now we need to discuss why they're important to be properly disposed of. Corroded or defective batteries are more explosive than your typical unused, uncorroded battery. Batteries might be corroded or they also might be puffed up. And if you see a battery puffing up or corroded, take them to your household hazardous waste facility at your earliest convenience. Simply Google household hazardous waste facility near me and it will show up your city or county's household hazardous waste facility. Drop off of your batteries are often completely at no cost to you. And so whenever you're available, take your damaged, defective, and recalled batteries to your local household hazardous waste facility. If you want to learn more, CPSC has launched our new battery stewardship webpage at www.calpsc.org/batteries-stewardship. Here you'll see many of the items that we talked about today, including a link to the Call to Recycle map to find a battery collection disposal bin near you, as well as a couple of additional resources. Again, that's www.calpsc.org/batteries-stewardship. We want to thank you for joining this webinar today. Feel free to contact me at Yalin, Yalin, at calpsc.org with any questions that you may have. Feel free to also reach out to us on our social media networks, whether that be Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or Threads. We're also on YouTube. Again, thank you again for watching this webinar, and I hope we work together to ensure batteries are properly disposed of.